The world has taught us to see family as optional, flexible, a lifestyle choice, something you construct to your preference. There's one final layer to this conversation that we haven't fully named yet, and it's the one that matters most. The family is not just a cultural arrangement. It's not just biology or tradition or even social necessity. The family is a spiritual structure, a divine blueprint, a mirror of heaven written into the flesh of humanity. The father, the mother, and the child are not interchangeable parts. They are archetypes, reflections of God's own nature, embedded into human life so that we would never forget where we came from or what we're here to do. The world has taught us to see family as optional, flexible, a lifestyle choice, something you construct to your preference. But long before modern society began defining relationships by convenience, the family was established as something sacred. Father, mother, child, that wasn't just a biological unit. It was a spiritual diagram, a representation of the Creator, the Spirit, and the manifestation. In Christian theology, this shows up as God the Father, the Holy Spirit, and the Son. In Hebrew structure, the father passed down the law, the mother guarded the spirit of the home, and the child was the continuation of divine instruction through lineage. This trinity wasn't religious dogma. It was sacred architecture. And it existed in the home, not the church. The home was the first sanctuary. When you dismantle that design, you're not just changing families. You're breaking the mirror that reflected heaven into the earthly realm. That's why this war on the family is so intense. It's not political. It's theological. The enemy doesn't need to destroy your faith. He only needs to remove the structure that was meant to teach you what faith looked like. And for most of human history, that structure was the family. A father represents more than provision. He is a stand-in for the divine authority that speaks truth into chaos. The father carries the vibration of structure, discipline, strength, and law. When he blesses his children, he's not just passing down encouragement. He's placing spiritual order into their identity. When a father is missing, it's not just an emotional hole. It's a spiritual fracture, a missing transmission of the divine masculine into the next generation. Likewise, the mother isn't just the nurturer. She is the embodiment of spirit. She encodes emotional language. She shields the unseen. She senses what's out of order and brings harmony. Her energy teaches intuition, compassion, and trust. When she speaks into her child's life, she is building the inner world they will live in for decades to come. A motherless child doesn't just lack affection. They lack spiritual encoding. They lose access to the divine feminine that stabilizes the inner atmosphere of the soul. Together, the father and mother don't just raise a child. They raise a reflection of the Creator. The child is not just a human being. They are a manifestation of union, a living product of heaven's original formula. Polarity plus love equals creation. That formula exists everywhere, from biology to theology. And the family was the vessel meant to protect and replicate it. When we remove the family, we don't just produce broken homes. We produce a world without structure, where the image of God is erased from daily life.